This study is based on comparative analysis of sea surface temperature SST data covering Gujarat coast in India. This study was carried out at Space Applications Center, Ahmedabad, and Bhaskaracharyya Institute of Space Applications and Geoinformatics, Gandhinagar. Basic summary of this project is the land and water surface temperature of summer months from 1988 to 2023 covering Gujarat coast were analyzed using Landsat thermal data, and results indicated that there is a gradual increase in summer water surface temperature from 23 degrees centigrade to 26 degrees centigrade in South Gujarat coast, and from 22.6 degrees centigrade to 24.2 degrees centigrade in Saurashtra coast during the period of 25 years. This is surface temperatures data from KMI website, Climate Explorer website from 1860 to 2020 analyzed, and results indicated that there was a gradual increase in SST, and Saurashtra coast shows highest SST values as compared to the other Gulf areas. The peak of SST follows the peak of annual sunspot activity till 2000. The SST shows increasing trend even though the annual mean sea surface activity, sunspot activity, shows declining trend till 2020. The space-bound thermal radiometric experiment on a space station EcoStage data mission data of 10th May 23 covering Gulf of Cambay was analyzed, and the results indicated that a marginal variation of SST from 27 degrees centigrade to 28 degrees centigrade. The intercomparison study of these SST products needs to be carried out using group for high resolution sea surface temperature GHR SST data product to assess their accurate resolution representation of SST covering Gujarat coast. The basic study area comprises of Gujarat coast, Gulf of Cambay, Gulf of Khambat, and Saurashtra coast. Basically, it was covered in 3 Landsat scenes. Since this that the major objective of the study was to monitor changes in the sea surface temperatures using Landsat thermal data over the period of 35 years from 1988 to 2023. Analysis of historical data from 1860 to 2020 of sea surface temperature data from the covering coastal areas of Gujarat coast from KNMI Climate Explorer website. Analysis of LST that data, land surface temperature data, product of EcoStage mission for monitoring SST during summer 2023 covering Gulf of Cambay. Intercomparison of these SST data needs to be carried out using group for high resolution sea surface temperatures. The basic data used in this study is listed in this table. Basically, Landsat data, thermal data from 1988 to 2023 was analyzed. The space-bound thermal radiometric experiment on space station EcoStage LST data of 10th May 2023. Historical sea surface temperature data from the KNMA website from 1860 to 2020, and also the annual sunspot activity data was also uh, analyzed in this study. The data analysis includes the sea surface temperature analysis using Landsat thermal data. The Landsat data of summer months from 1988 to 2023 with 10-year interval was analyzed using different steps adapted from the published literature. The major steps in LST estimation are as follows. Basically, it contains derivation of top of atmosphere spectral radiance, brightness, temperature, derivation of NDVI for emissivity correction, like calculating the proportion of vegetation, calculating land surface emissivity, and retrieving the LST of the emissivity corrected land surface temperature. Analysis of EcoStage data contains basically it up 10th May was analyzed for SST estimation over the Gulf of Cambay, and then analysis of historical data from the KNM website was also analyzed from 1860 to 2022. The basic flow chart used in this study indicate is given in this figure. Landsat data was downloaded from the Earth Explorer website. the thermal data was analyzed. The thermal inertial bands, in the infrared band was on top of atomic spectral radius was calculated, and and the base, finally the sea surface temperature was estimated using this. Now this image shows the two cases of Landsat 9 data of 1.846 of 31st May 2023 and 11th May 2013, the 10-year difference data set. And this data, the LST data was color coded, and the red color indicates basically this along the coast sea surface temperatures, and the land surface temperature is not computed. This is the data set of EcoStress data of 10th May 2023 covering Gulf of Cambay. This data set, the thermal image was color coded based upon the gray levels, and you can see the sea surface temperature. Gulf of Cambay has two different the gray levels of blue color indicates the near the coast, and the cyan color indicates the deep sea surface temperatures. And the results indicate that the results of land water surface LST data of 1988 to 2023 Gujarat coast indicated that summer LST of South Gujarat coast increased from 23 degrees centigrade to 26 degrees centigrade, and 22.6 degrees centigrade to 24.2 degrees centigrade of South coast during the period of 35 years. SST values observed to be higher near the coastal areas as compared to the deep seas. Now basically this is the graph indicating the sea surface temperatures near the coast and the deep sea. It indicates that in both coastal areas, South Gujarat coast as well as the Saurashtra coast, the near surface temperatures are higher as compared to the deep sea temperatures. And the deep sea temperatures, 1988 it was about 23 degrees, but however in 2023 it has increased to 26.5 degrees centigrade. And the same is the case with the Saurashtra coast, where the sea surface temperatures were cooler in the 1988 around 22.5 degrees centigrade, which has increased to almost 25.75 degrees centigrade during 1993, and it has come down to in 2023 to up to about 24.5 degrees centigrade. Now, sea surface temperature KNMI website data indicates that there is a gradual increase in the sea surface temperatures of Saurashtra coast, which shows the highest SST values as compared to the other Gulf areas over the period of 160 years. The peak of SST follows the peak of annual sunspot activity till 2000. The SST shows increasing trend, even though the annual mean surface temperature shows a declining trend till 2020. The analysis of sea surface temperature and CO2 data indicated that the CO2 showed a gradual increase from 1960 to 2010, which CO2 has increased from 2.2 ppm to 1.1 ppm. However, during the last decade, from 2010 to 2020, the CO2 showed a steeply rising trend with increasing from the 1.2 to 2 ppm. Now this shows the temperatures of three different Gulf areas in the Gujarat coast: Gulf of Khambat, and Gulf of Saurashtra, and Gulf of Kutch. Gulf of Saurashtra shows the highest temperature values as compared to the other two coasts, and the relationship of SST with CO2 data indicates that with increasing the CO2 values, the SST is also increasing from 1960 to 2020. Results of EcoStress indicates that the spaceborne EcoStress data of 10th May covering Gulf of Cambay was analyzed, and results indicated that the marginal variation of SST from 27 degrees centigrade to 28 degrees centigrade from coast to the deep sea. Basically, the conclusions of this study are as follows. The results of Landsat thermal data covering Gujarat coast for the period of 30 to 35 years from 1988 to 2023 analysis indicated that the summer LST of South Gujarat coast increased from 23 degrees centigrade to 26.6 degrees centigrade and 22.6 degrees centigrade to 24.2 degrees centigrade of southwestern coast during the period of 35 years. Sea surface temperature data covering Gujarat coast was analyzed to study the trends of SST over the period of 160 years from the 1860 to 2020. The results indicated that the SST shows the gradual increasing trend in the last three coastal areas, in all the three coastal areas in Gujarat state. However, Gulf of Kambad shows the highest increase of SST by 1.5 degrees centigrade, followed by the southwestern coast. Spacebound thermal radiometric experiment on space station EcoStress mission data product of 10th May 2023 covering Gulf of Cambay was analyzed, and the results indicated that there is a marginal variation of SST from 27 degree to 20 degree centigrade from coast to deep sea. Thank you.